G'day folks, welcome to a little Saturday update, I guess you'd call it, and a bit of fun. We're going to play with some laptop computers. As you can see, there's 3 there now. There's another half a dozen in the house or more, and another half a dozen hidden away somewhere in the corner over here, so there's no shortage of laptops around here. I just got a shortage of ones that work, or at least complete, or ones with good displays and that sort of thing. So yeah, I picked this one up today. I got that and a massive power drill for $5 as scrap. So I could hopefully fix the power drill up and use it to crank start engines. I'll just have to put a soft starter on it so that starting torque isn't initially arm braking. Gives you a chance to overcome any initial momentum of the engine flywheel, and then apply full torque. I do have some soft starters that should work, so that'll be an interesting build for this afternoon. But for now, I've got laptops everywhere. I just formatted the Xbox hard drive and stuffed that in this Lenovo ThinkPad, which I think is a Core 2 Centrino. There's an older one there, which is just a regular Intel Centrino processor. Again, they're not all that old. They're ex-work laptops. They replace stuff fairly frequently, so I got these about, I don't know, 8 or 12 months ago and just never really did much. This is the best one. Like, I think it's lived in a... it's either been barely used or it's lived in a docking station most of its life, because normally these stickers are all sort of mucked up if they're regularly used as a laptop. Even the spacebar still has its little mark on it there, which often wears off. Little mouse puck's new. Yeah, so this one's in really good condition. It's the R51, but this needs an IDE hard drive, and I've only got really small ones, which I'll still try out. That one has a 6 gig IDE in it. That's a Celeron something or other. I don't have a power adapter for this either, so I'm going to have to work out the pinouts and make something up. But this is an old one, and you can see what I mean by use. It's all worn on the labels. That one just doesn't have it anywhere. This one was running Windows 2000 Professional. There's a key there for 2 CPU, so 2 computers can run that same thing, but I'd never put Windows 2000 on anything anyway. I mean, that's maybe for nostalgia reasons. I mean, I never really used Windows 2K much anyway, so if anyone can use this key, first in, first serve, I guess, if you can even make that out. Yeah, I don't think anyone can even make that out, but I certainly don't need a Windows 2000 key. I know you can reuse them if you got the disc, but as far as anything else goes, I don't know. I normally rip the labels off and keep them, but that's only like XP systems. If I find a scrapped XP system at the junkyard that still has the genuine Windows sticker on it, I'll carefully peel it off and collect it, because they are handy. This one still has part of it on it. I don't think... No, the key's not even legible though. So anyway, I'm going to clear this table. I've been collecting a lot of TV boards, and we'll get into it. Likewise, I've got a solar controller to autopsy. This is obviously one of our competitors' models. This was pulled out of a dead solar system at work, a replacement. I just found this in the skips, so I figure I'll open it up and see how the competition go about it. But I can immediately see there's a gap between the power cord and the casing, so there's a nice little spot for insects to get in. There's actually a gap right along there. One of the problems I find with some of our controllers is that ants will get up in there, and because it's got a switch mode power supply in it, they'll get in between the component leads and short out and blow up. So ants are actually a common problem with outdoor electronics. They'll get in there because it's nice and warm, and they'll carry moisture and dirt and other stuff in with them, sand, and things start shorting out. Plus water, moisture is a big problem as well. Yeah, that's the old drill, a real arm breaker. Hope it still works. It's missing the cord and the trigger switch, so I hope that's the only problem with it. And likewise, Alex993cc1 will love this. I'm not going to one-up him on the Festo the Impaler, I'm going to 4-up him. 4 Festo Impalers. They look like they're lightly used, but they're in a lot better condition than the old, whatever it is, Goyan controls cylinder that I've got. I could have bought about 10 or 15 of them, but I don't need that many. Even though these are probably worth an absolute fortune to buy new anyway. type DNC 50849 PPV-A. So 50 is probably the bore diameter, 849 is probably the stroke length, PPV would be the series, and A is probably the frame type, I guess, or mounting type. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're all the same. Nice. I like air cylinders. Yeah, it's a reasonable amount of stroke. And more TVs and things. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, that's better. I got rid of the TVs and things, so I can rake up all this leaf litter from the bottle brush, which is still shedding material everywhere. But yeah, I also washed those cylinders. All nice and clean. Mind you, being a non-tie rod design, I imagine these would pound themselves to bits if I tried to do what Alex was doing. But since they were only $27 for the 4 of them, I ain't going to complain. Well, sorry, 25. He gave me a discount. A rounded figure. 2 bills. $20 bill, $5 bill. Job done. I hate to think what they're actually worth new. We're not going to be cheap. But yes, proper Festo. I don't know what you'd call these, the design. The tie rod ones have bolts that go from end to end, very high pressure. Even still, this one says 145 psi, but it doesn't factor in the rod slamming to the end very suddenly. Not a bad find though. So anyway, I'll do laptops later. We'll have a look at this thing first and then go on from there. I've already done the autopsy of the pull controller. You'll see that before you see this, but yeah, what can I say? Let's get the update done and let's get back into work and clear some more floor space, which is actually coming up pretty good now. Clear the table, get rid of the table, and probably sell a couple of engines soon. I'll try and sell the Yanmar Marine Diesel and the Morris engine, I think. Don't have time to deal with them. The sundial I want to get into, but that's another day. I want to do the Westinghouse DC generator first, as I've been saying for the last couple of years.